Chicago. Whether
Travel talk. This is travel talk.
So, and you're right. So they'll use stock photos, right, of nurses on a mountain hiking or looking like they have a good time, or they'll just use the photos that nurses are taking that work with them and then plug them onto Instagram, but they're not participating. And we're going to help them do that. We're going to help them stay true to what they're selling. And we actually have, our first partnership with the staffing company, Lead Health Staff. And they actually sponsored one of our trips to Iceland.
Okay.
Our last trip, the last trip of the year.
Okay.
So we're really, really happy and grateful that that Lead Health Staff, is partnering with us and that they see the value, right? Especially in a small startup.
Can you say that again?
I'm happy that they see the value because I have value. And I'm bringing value, and they see that, and I'm grateful for them for seeing that, and the relationships there. So, and we have spoken to some more companies, so there are more partnerships in the works. So, we're going to get them to do things like offer travel vouchers to the nurses. Like, so think about like recruitment incentives, retention incentives, employee, rewards, things like that. Well, you can offer an opportunity to join this community, travel around the world. Hey, we'll discount for that. We'll discount you for that, right? So that's one of the things that's happening. It's really new and exciting for us, and it's going to be a wild ride.
I'm so excited. Now, I keep it very real with my viewers. And I feel like you asked me this last year. I still don't have my passport, but I'm getting it. I'm getting it this month, okay? Because I have to be on this trip. I have to be on these trips. So what are some of the testimonials like from the other people that are a part of the trip?
I think the biggest testimonial and testament to what we're doing is the fact that I have people who go on multiple trips, right? So I had a nurse who did Ireland, Cancun, and Peru, back to back to back. Right, and I have a new product coming out. This is affiliated with Med Travel Hub. It's part of Med Travel Hub, and in the branding, I show 3 different nurses and the places that they've been, kind of represented with flags, and you'll see they each have multiple of the same flags, which means they have traveled together around the world with Med Travel Hub to different places, right? That is the biggest testimonial. That is the biggest, nod to what we're doing and the value, again, to this community. But one of the things that I love is when we have, on every trip, there's probably no more than 2, but definitely 1 person who has never traveled outside of the country before, right?
Life-changing experience.
Life-changing experience. I got a testimony. Now I got a real testimonial.
You want to hold the mic for this one?
No, there was a young lady on one of my trips. It was Spain and Morocco, and she's from Detroit. Grew up rough situation, went through some things, and ultimately became a nurse, but changed her life circumstances, and she was able to elevate her finances and do certain things. Doesn't mean everything in her family life was together, but she was really able to extricate herself from her environment. Went to California, was earning money, things like that. But she still had a local mindset. And I ended up doing a travel assignment at a hospital she worked. We got cool. Hey, I told her about what I do, because I'm always trying to sell me. And she came on one of our trips to Spain and Morocco. And that was her first time out of the country. And she had such an incredible time. She had so much exposure to the opportunities in life and what travel can provide you and how much that could change your perspective. While she was on that trip, she booked a trip to Singapore.
Was that also a Med Travel?
No.
This was independent?
Independent.
Wow.
And she went by herself too. She was out, so we're out there, and she's like, I can't believe that I've never had these experiences. I can't believe that I've never thought to do this. And before the trip is over, she said, oh, by the way, when you guys leave, I'm going to Singapore.
Oh, so she
extended her and went by herself.
That's impressive. That's impressive. So you were speaking a little bit about the mindset, and I know that when we're traveling sometimes, both in the field and recreationally, that there are a lot of unplanned things that come up, like the wildest emergency situations that you can think of. Would you like to share one of those experiences with us?
We had a traveler who got a little too inebriated, ended up falling on her face, and it was like a whole mess. it was a situation. Accidents do happen when you travel. I think it's important when you do travel to be safety minded. Wherever you're going to be, you might want to know where the nearest hospital is, probably like an international or an American hospital, depending on your standards. You definitely want to know where the embassy is in that country, and just be safety minded, how to get there, and be very safety minded. That's one thing. You know, getting sick happens. Somebody's going to get a GI situation. If it's not you, it's somebody in the group. If it's not today, it's tomorrow. That's part of what happens with travel. Getting hustled, I'm not as mad at that. Right, so one of the things that we don't often realize is the imbalance when we travel, right? Not everybody has an opportunity to just take a passport and go to a different country. Most people don't even know how difficult it is to travel to the United States from some countries, even for a vacation. Where if you have one of these, you can go just virtually anywhere in the world. So when we show up to different places and we're not thinking about, you know, how low their currency is or what the cost of living is or what life is like, we're coming there with our American values and our American expectations, and we're perceived that, oh, you guys have money, so they're trying to get it. And if you take a taxi, it's really $5. They're trying to charge you $25. You know, and people do get hustled in ways like that. It's up to a traveler to be savvy and not get got, right? So that's the name of the game. Don't get got.
Don't get got.
Don't get got. You know, they're gonna try and get you. But as long as it's not safe, as long as they don't try to rob you or put you in a compromising situation, I think understanding that hustlers are out there, they're trying to get your money, they think you have money, and learning how to navigate that, I think it's fair game. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I recognize you come from a place where you don't have, and you see the people coming who you feel have everything. It's like, not that it's okay, it is it is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. No, I can definitely relate. Growing up, my mom is an immigrant, so I grew up in a single parent immigrant household, and my mom would tell me all the time, like when we lived in London, like, you know, when you go to school and you're traveling by yourself, be alert, be aware, because you're not from here, you're an American, they know you're an American, they think you have things that you don't have just because you're an American, so be aware of that. So I've always kind of held on to that, because it's real, you know, you do get hustled. So I do want to thank you for your time. Is there anything else that you would like for the viewers to know about Med Travel Hub?
I would like the viewers to know that if you are interested in traveling around the world, if you're interested in meeting new people, sharing just really unique and incredible experiences, you can do that with Med Travel Hub. All healthcare professionals are welcome, men and women. Please, gentlemen, more women in general travel than men. Than when it comes to the Black community, those numbers go down even more. So I am definitely looking to share really dope experiences with other brothers out there, but definitely anybody who really likes travel and wants to just explore the world. That's what we're about. I also wanted to thank you for what you're doing, for creating content for and about our community, and sharing that with the world.
For sure. Well, thank you for your time and your knowledge and your experience, and hopefully I see you in Iceland this year. Thank you so much. Till next year, guys. Bye. Yeah.